feel so hungry now.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, do you know about GM food?
GM?
Yeah, GM, genetically modified.
Okay.
You know, the term GM foods or GMOs, genetically modified organisms, is most commonly used to refer to crop plants created for human or animal consumption using the latest molecular biology techniques.
Whoa, that's
Whoa.
cool.
GMOs have had specific changes introduced into their DNA by genetic engineering techniques.
Whoa,
These
where are you
techniques
getting those data from?
on the internet.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
So
you
cool.
see, these techniques are much more precise than mutation breeding when an organism is exposed to radiation or chemicals to create a non-specific or stable change. They have been modified in the laboratory to enhance desired traits such as increased resistance to herbicides or improved nutritional content. The enhancement of desired traits has traditionally been undertaken through breeding, but conventional plant breeding methods can be very time consuming and are often not very accurate.
Wow.
Commercial sale of genetically modified food began in 1994 when Calgene first marketed its flavor saver delayed ripening tomato. Typically, genetically modified foods such as transgenic plants products such as soybean, corn, canola, and cottonseed oil, where there is broad scientific consensus that food on the market derived from GM crops pose no greater risk to human health than conventional food, critics have objected to GM foods on several grounds, including safety issues, ecological concerns, economic concerns raised by the fact GM plants and potentially animals, their food sources, are subject to intellectual property law.
That's cool. Sounds interesting. But shouldn't there be like disadvantages?
Oh yeah, there is disadvantages.
But let's just talk about the benefits first, right?
Okay.
So, what I know is there are endless benefits that you can achieve from genetically modified food. Such an example could be that GM, which is genetically modified, crops can be made resistant to pests. Thus, pesticide will not be needed anymore.
Wow.
Wow.
Very good, because this is actually being friendly to the environment, you know? Woo! Another benefit worth mentioning would be that it potentially stops starvation in many countries. As we all know that not many countries are fortunate to have enough food resources to support every family. That's so sad. These are the few examples that sum up the benefit of genetically modified food.
I heard you said about there were disadvantages to genetically modified food.
Yes.
I've been researching for a while and I've seen some of the risks.
Wow, please share.
Alright. Genetically modified food could also be harmful to humans and already threatened environment. Food plants, for example, are usually modified to be herbicide resistant, pest resistant, and to accelerate the rate of growth. But there may still be unexpected side effects such as allergic reactions and unknown toxins. For example, when scientists introduce a gene from a Brazilian soybean to trigger allergic reactions in mice, they were set off by nut genes. And you know what happened if a GM food was not properly tested and released to the general public. An example is when scientists fed GM potatoes to rats and they found out that it caused them the smaller organs and damaged the immune system. On the other hand, in recent times, animals have also been modified to grow faster, such as super salmon. Some scientists are concerned about super salmon, which is a genetically modified species of salmon that is genetically modified to grow twice as fast as normal salmon. But if some of the salmon manage to escape into the wild, they become serious competition with native salmon. Oh, I think I have to go, bye.
There are some milestones to genetically modified food too. Genetically modified food has only about a 2-decade-long history. However, the future of genetically modified food seems to be very bright. The first genetically modified food was a tomato grown in 1990 to make it less prone to decomposition. This milestone, however, was followed by controversy that erupted against GMF. After years of experiments and debates, GMF was being considered for animal feeding in 2004, only to be revoked again within a few weeks due to safety reasons. GMF is believed to still be in the early ages of development and is seen to have potential to grow in the future. These specially modified foods may prove to be very effective ways of feeding poor countries or the world in general. Even though GM foods pile the shelves in markets today, it is still untrusted by many. The past of GMF has not always been smooth, but it might change the future of food engineering for the better.
Hey, where are you going? Yes. Finally,
we're back.
let me tell you more about it. Genetically modified food has its advantages and disadvantages. However, if an effective, cost-friendly way is found to make GMF better, it might revolutionize food engineering. Genetically modified food has not been accepted as a safe and efficient way of food mutation since problems such as accidental mishaps or excess use of pesticides make it risky. However, if further research and experiments are conducted and we find a safe way to be beneficial to crops, GMF might eventually be deemed as safe and be used as stable food.
Wow, that was inspirational.
That's like free food to all of us.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wow. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Let's go get some food.
Yep.